welcome to part 2 of Africa's top 5 comeback economies. If you haven't watched part 1, please go back and watch it. Now we're just going to look at the top 2 countries. At number 2, it is Rwanda. Rwanda is really often held as some sort of example for Africa, and it's for good reason, right? Because in 2010, their GDP per capita was at about $955, and today it's grown to more than $4,100. That's more than 4 times in just 15 years. Rwanda has really focused heavily on governance and good leadership. It's made it easy for people to do business. It's cracked down on corruption, and they've really invested heavily in education and technology. And Kigali, the capital, has become one of the cleanest cities in the world, as well as safest cities to reside in. Tourism there is growing. The service sector is expanding heavily, and investors see the reliableness of the country, and they see it as a country that's good to conduct business in. Rwanda is still having also its own challenges, but it's clearly on the rise. I love visiting Kigali. Call me anytime, I'm there. Now, number 1 is Ethiopia. Ethiopia grew its GDP per capita from $808 in 2010 to $4,398 in 2025, which is a massive 445% jump. It invested heavily in roads and railways, in industrial parks, in energy projects. For example, their Grand Renaissance Dam. The country really opened itself up to key sectors like the telecom industry, and really attracted a lot of strong foreign direct investment. And despite the political tensions that we know are happening in Ethiopia, the focus on infrastructure, on manufacturing have been paying off for that country. It's one of Africa's most dramatic economic growth stories I've ever seen, because I remember growing up, Ethiopia was that country that you associate with poverty, that you associate with the terrible pictures that you'll see on BBC with a kid with malnourishment, with the fly on the face. But today they are the number 1 fastest growing economy in terms of their GDP per capita. I know all of these countries are facing a lot of big challenges like poverty and inequality, but the fact is that there is progress that's happening, and for me that's a big deal. So these comeback stories are really a proof and the evidence that we need, that show that transformation in Africa is not just a dream that we want to see happening. It's really already happening there, and if we pay attention, we'll see it. Again, if you want access to this data, DM me your email address and I'll send it to you.